Because Jesus is our missing man. He's the one that steps in and forgives. He's the one that steps in and heals, like the man at Bethesda. He's the one that steps in and redeems, like the woman at the well. She goes back to her city and she tells all the men in her city. You read it. It's explicit. All the men, come and see a man who told me everything I ever did. Jesus is the missing man. Family, he fills in. And instead of looking at people, I remember hearing this story one time from T.D. Jakes, because a lot of times we look at people with a microphone, religious leaders, and we're like, oh my goodness, they walk on water. I remember T.D. Jakes one time, he said this, Bishop Jakes, he's like, you don't want to see me outside of my Superman suit. You don't want to see me in the toilet paper aisle picking up toilet paper. You just want to see me in the... And I think we have to, family, understand that human plus human is just human. Pinch yourself. I am human. You could pinch your neighbor. They're human too. They're going to say, ouch, stop touching me. But Jesus resolves that. So let's not keep our eyes on humans, because they will disappoint. Inevitably, in our best case, we disappoint. We don't have, you're not infinite. By design, you're finite. And your desire for the infinite is put there by God. Because only God is infinite. You have a hunger. C.S. Lewis talks about this. Yeah, baby. That if we have a hunger for infinite, something that we don't have in our human existence is put there by divine investment, so that we can have the missing man, fill all the gaps, spaces, heal, restore. Jesus is our missing man. So as we finish this, I'd ask you to do a couple of takeaways. Number one, and I just give you this verse to think about. Psalms 146, sorry I messed you up on the little slides there. Psalms 146 verse 3 says, do not trust in princes, in mortal man, in whom there is no salvation. Stop looking at people. Why do we need to hear that again? Right? I mean, how many times we're like, oh yeah, that's a healthy reminder. Stop trusting, looking at, resting, putting your confidence in people. The end. The Bible tells us not to do that. But Jesus is our missing man. He steps in. So number one, back to the slides here, keep the right focus. Keep the right focus. Hebrews 12 verse 2, let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and the perfecter. The author, that's the beginning. And the perfecter in the end. And Jesus is also the middle, the author and the perfecter of our faith. Fix our eyes on Jesus. Humans in their best condition are conduits for God's redemption and restoration, but they're not the source. When a human at their best helps you, just appreciate that behind that help is God working through that person. It is not that person. The end. Because they are just human. And then number two, Jesus stays the center. The conversations that heal, redeem, restore, resurrect, these happen with Jesus. So let's keep Jesus as our missing man. He fills the gap, heals our soul, restores us to the core of who we are. So this is my prayer for you today. I just ask you to close your eyes and take a moment to consider, what are some gaps in your life? Where has someone let you down? Where has someone hurt you? Where has someone gone missing? Not present. Identify whatever those scenarios are. Lots of choices. I'm sure you're like, yeah, that plus. Then let's just bring those to Jesus and open up our hearts and say, Jesus, please step in and pray for each of us. I thank you, Jesus, that you fill the gaps. You are the center of our souls, our heart. You step in, and we look to you to be our center, to fill those empty spaces, to heal where people have gone missing and hurt us, where they've been absent. Maybe they didn't have the intention. Maybe they did intend to hurt us. But we look to you, Jesus, to be our center and our healer, restoration, and the core. Jesus, be the center.